The Battle of Leipzig was the largest European land battle before World War I. Over 2,000 artillery pieces and well over 500,000 soldiers were involved. After 4 days of fighting, a nightmarish total of 92,000 men were either dead or wounded. Let's jump back 1 year to Napoleon's disastrous Russian campaign, which weakened the emperor's grip on Europe. Disease, desertion, costly battles, capture, and the harsh Russian winter had destroyed 86% of the once mighty Grande Armée. It became very clear to Napoleon that he needed a fresh army in order to maintain power in Central Europe. So in early 1813, about 350,000 young men, some barely teenagers, were conscripted into the imperial army. The victories at Bautzen and Dresden showed that although less experienced, Napoleon's army was still a force to be reckoned with, and most German states were still on his side, at least for now. Napoleon's army consisted of approximately 185,000 soldiers, most of whom were French, German, Polish, or Italian. The Allied coalition, consisting of Russia, Austria, Prussia, and Sweden, raised more than 320,000 men, but their armies were still separated. On October 16th, General Schwarzenberg ordered Russian and Austrian troops south of Leipzig to begin the attack on French positions, while Prussian troops attacked from the north. All Allied attacks were initially pushed back, and Napoleon knew he had to launch his own offensive before more Allied troops reached the city. At 2 p.m., entire batteries of French cannons blasted enemy positions as both infantry and cavalry launched a massive assault directly toward the headquarters of the Allied monarchs. For a moment, victory seemed within Napoleon's grasp, but the mud slowed the attack, and Allied cavalry began counterattacks, eventually pushing the French back to where they had started. The next day saw little fighting, but the Allies received up to 100,000 fresh troops, and it once again became clear to Napoleon that victory was no longer possible. The third day saw attacks from all fronts at once, and casualties on both sides were just as heavy as on the first day. In the south, Napoleon's defenses held, but to the northeast of the city, Bernadotte's army approached, forcing the French to abandon their positions at dusk. Around 3,000 Saxon soldiers even switched sides mid-fight. It truly was the Battle of the Nations. After the muskets had finally fallen silent, Napoleon at last gave the order to prepare a retreat. It had been a crushing defeat for the emperor, but what turned it into a catastrophe was the fatal early destruction of the only bridge crossing the Elster River out of the city. 30,000 soldiers and 30 generals in the rear found themselves trapped on the wrong side of the river and were forced to surrender to the approaching Allied troops. The Battle of Leipzig, the Battle of the Nations, was finally over. Napoleon would effectively lose his power within Central Europe, which, against all odds, still would not end the war for another year,